I apologize for taking out a script. I am in the habit myself, especially after dinner, of speaking off the cuff or the top of my head, according to which it is more available at the time. But this is an occasion with a special hazard. I am facing a pack of linguistic watchdogs who, like the people who review anthologies, are not going to be impressed by a wealth of accurate information, even if I had it, so much as by small omissions and single slips. As when J.B. Sykes put out, after 7 years of lonely labor, his monumental new, concise Oxford Dictionary, a small monument, but an exquisite one. One London reviewer spent little time applauding the thousands of definitions that are miracles of clarity and exactness. He took up most of his column protesting the secondary definition given to a simple four-letter word that Sykes said was a slang term of abuse applied usually to a woman. Not so, said the reviewer, and he went on and on about Sykes's insensitivity to pejorative usage in general and this cutting example in particular. I blush, even in this year of liberation, to pronounce the word I leave you to rush home. Get out your Sykes, and beginning with the letter A, keep going till you find it. I am told that the coming seminars will be addressed by experts in legal English and black English in everything from the new Episcopalian liturgy to the new liturgy of copulation. I am honored to be invited to kick off this series of matches between the structuralists and the semanticists and the other fashionable combatants. 50 years ago, I might have had something special to offer, for it was a time when I sat at the feet of Dr. Richards trying to fathom the meaning of meaning, start stalking and talking like John Bunyan or Defoe or Lincoln or Art Buchwald. I am thinking rather of the millions of school children who might yet be saved, children to whom a television set is, in a literal sense, more impressive than any teacher they hear in a classroom. Who is it to train them in the splendid flexibility of English tenses? Who is going to get them used to saying because instead of in view of the fact that? Who is to warn them that in terms is usually a way of vamping till you're ready to think? Who is to give them warning signals about the whole grammar of anxiety, which springs from the chronic fear of being thought uneducated or banal, and coins such things as more importantly? He invited Mary and I. When I was first introduced, and the end result, is anybody in any high school in this country or in Britain doing, under the lively influence of old Quiller Couch and the Fowler brothers, what was done to me, giving our every so often a list of vogue words and buzzwords and current jargon, which was most translated into simple English and so need never be used? If this had happened soon enough and was a standard routine of early education, we should now have politicians who'd tell us what they have in mind instead of which scenarios they are in the process of orchestrating. I have an English friend, the chairman of an advertising firm, who had the luck to go 40-some years ago to an English elementary school. Otherwise, he might be considered, as an advertising man, a kind of genius, for he is proof against genteelisms, circumlocutions, and general pomp. A few months ago, he sent a memo to his copywriter. It said, on their way across the Atlantic are one or two pernicious buzzwords. The latest have been invented by dramatic critics, but you might be tempted to pick them up and apply them to some product or fashion model. An actor is now said to give a resonant performance. The movie critics have just discovered that the chief virtue of every sympathetic actress is that she is vulnerable. I also caught one of you last week using the most meaningless word in the language, meaningful. Wake up, beware. Who said that? That was Alistair Cook.
Who's that?
He's a famous TV commentator. That's good. Okay.
I didn't have the word genteelisms, but my software figured out what it was.
Yeah. Well, genteel. But the trouble is that all that is made for the dummy.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. So you want to be the sort of person like Nat Weiss, he knows all this stuff ahead of time. They don't have to tell him anything. Okay. Want to read some?
Okay.
Did you get those grammatical errors that you quoted?
How do you spell liturgy?
Liturgy. He says, which springs from the chronic fear of being thought uneducated or banal, and coins such things as, more importantly, he invited Mary and I. What's wrong with that?
Mary and me.
And me. When I was first introduced, an introduction is the first time that you, so it's first, it's too many words.
You write exquisite.
I write SKWIS, exquisite, and then I take. I write exclaim.